Good evening, everyone. This is Mike from Tabletop Nerdcast. We are done playing grab ass at this table.
So he thinks.
All right, so welcome back to Galactic Youth. And last time on Galactic Youth, what happened, guys?
Flicka flicka what?
When the lights went out in Georgia.
I need my prawns, man.
We're going to try and figure this out together because it's code for nothing. All right.
In fairness, it's been a while since the last time on Age of Rebellion.
That is
Yeah, man,
very
that
true.
is true, man.
That is very true.
But
So-
we'll get there.
This evening, where we had left off last time actually was in the Admiral's Snack Bar, which our players so graciously created as a thing here on Coruscant. With that, they were talking to the owner of the business, and he was explaining that they were having troubles getting shipments of food in, which I believe is where the prawns came from.
Save the prawns.
Save the prawns.
Save the prawns,
Hashtag
man.
save the prawns.
All right. And the owner of this business was kind of griping back to our player characters here of the fact that there had been some modifications to some buildings around them, some cameras had gone in, and ever since that point, the electricity's been a little bit wonky, a little bit crazy, and almost on cue, the power would go in and out a couple of times, and our players, our characters here, witnessed it go from one side of the block all the way down past the business they're in, and continue on down the other side of the block. So, again, this was kind of where they were at that point in time. So, we're going to kick back off, and we're going to kick back off in the middle of this conversation where this owner had just, or where this gentleman had just come back and convinced you that this was weird. Something was going on here.
Well,
Yeah, man.
That's a cue for you people to
Okay,
have.
man.
Excuse me.
It is weird. Yeah, it don't sound right. So, it's been going on just since they put up the stuff?
We don't know what's going on, but a couple of business owners and we've gotten together, and we think that somebody's like spying in on us, trying to maybe move into this area, try and take the property values and make a play while the Empire's all tied up top.
Oh, man, so you could lose your business.
Absolutely, that's what scares every one of us. That poor schmuck out there on the corner, the one with the little cart,
And he points out the Durasteel glass or what's there, and you see this guy like with this what looks like a little push cart, and it's on a hover, but it's a little push cart, and you see it has the picture of a cupcake on the side, and it says Tony's. So Tony's Cupcakes.
Oh, that looks good. Are they good?
He
Are
goes,
the cupcake good?
And these security guys that are running around here that have been installing stuff, they keep running him off the corner, and it keeps coming back. It's almost kind of funny because it happens like every other day.
So we could sit here and watch this like the entertainment.
Well, I don't know when they're going to come, but yeah, it happens.
Oh, man. I hate bullies. Pushing people around, it's not good.
Well, I mean, if they're doing it to him, what are they going to do to us when they get a chance to get the deeds to our shops?
When you have these power outages, too, it affects your business. How can you run a business without
Well, I
power?
can't run a business without food either.
Yeah, no prawns.
Kind of having to serve some slop here that looks like it's leftover rations.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything.
But, I mean, I guess it is what it is, because if the rest of the people on the planet aren't really eating and this is what we got, then this is what we got.
Well, we have decided we're going to help you with your food situation.
You're going to help me with my food situation.
Yeah, my parents, and I'm in the business. Okay?
You're in the business, huh? What's the name of your business? Where's it located at?
Slime gyms.
Slime Gems. Oh, I'm writing it
Oh,
down.
Slime
This is
Gem.
done. You better make you a note.
slime gem.
Slime gems.
I will not have this slime gem.
Slime gem. Slime gem. Man, it's beautiful. Octopus. Oh, man. Squid.
Slides down.
What are you thinking that you're going to be able to do? I mean, there's a planetary blockade in place.
There are people that smuggle stuff in. We just have to find them.
Well, maybe that's the same people that are trying to take over my business.
Well, if it's true, then we'll find them.
Why would they give me food in order to be able to pay and keep having stuff here?
If it's profitable,
Make some deals.
yeah, man. We'll make some deals.
Sounds like extortion.
No. No, it's business.
Racketeering.
Well,
Dabble.
the government calls it that. I call it entrepreneurship.
I don't know if I want to talk to you people anymore. All this sounds like I could go to jail.
You would never know. You will not be involved.
And
So,
you can kind of see patrons are coming and going, and it's like, the business is barely there.
so can I take a look at your electrical grid? Are there places I could look at that?
Well, I mean, there's boxes outside.
There's no one. That's kind of obvious. I was thinking maybe someplace in here. You got a fuse box in here.
Why would they have a secret electric grid?
Not secret. I just want to hack. I just want to get into there
You
and
have to
see where
what?
the power's going. Hack into it and see where the power's going. I'm kind of handy with that stuff.
I really don't think that I want you playing around with my... You might be working for these guys.
Miranga, let us find a different business so that it is not immediately pinned on the snack bar when we start messing with electricity.
That's a good idea. Yeah, man. We'll go
You're
that way.
making me be the voice of reason.
We
It's
go.
not a good look.
That is good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say, guys, don't come frequenting my establishment unless you got some prawns.
Fair enough.
You do
Fair
not
enough.
frequent my establishment without prawns.
Yes. We
Your
will.
establishment.
We're problems.
Is that out in the alley where I see all the excrement?
Perhaps.
I don't frequent that
Is
place.
that where you bring the prawns?
I think that's where the prawns end up.
This is going nowhere. Were we supposed to meet somebody at the snack bar?
No, actually, you were not.
Okay, great. We're just freaking
moseying
here.
around.
We spent 45 minutes talking to this dumb guy. Last session, that was very funny.
But that's good enough.
Why do you think I'm trying to end the shtick?
Right now, I want to bust some heads. Let's go.
I need.
I'm not good at busting heads.
Okay.
So one of you guys have to figure that part. I'll
I
find
need to
them.
find out where this.
Find them.
It seems like the power grid is. It seems like the power grid is some problem.
All right. Will everybody roll me a perception check, please, and make the difficulty easy.
Like one.
Yeah, just one purple. It's easy.
3 success
Okay.
and 1 threat.
Success, triumph, advantage.
Triumph.
Success, triumph, and advantage. Very well. That will help me out immensely. Thank you, sir.
So I have, let's see here.
You know, you can just make it up.
That's not how this works.
You don't need our help.
Oh, I understand. Oh, I understand.
So I
There's
got
different GM styles. Some, it's whatever the dice say. I don't care. My whole campaign's going in the toilet, but the dice are running the show, you know?
I got 3 advantages and 2 success.
Okay. So, almost on cue as you guys are kind of talking back and forth about where you can go to see if you can get into the grid, you see a couple security guards walk right by Mr. Tony Cupcake. And you can see them getting into kind of this heated discussion. Now, what Aaron sees as well is you kind of focus in and you see this patch that's sitting on the security's arm plate or arm. And that patch, you've seen it before, and you've seen it out of a couple of different establishments. You've actually seen it at one of the local malls where the security guards are offering security there. And you have seen it in several prominent buildings where they have like a gated community kind of style condominium where a guard with that type of patch has also been. And you've kind of noticed that as you've seen walking through this particular district, as well as a couple of other districts, since you've come down to these lower levels.
So it's like a private security company?
Yes. You're not familiar, though, with the name of that private security company.
It's Space ADT, I just know it.
Space ADT? No, I don't think so. I think I got it somewhere in here, but we'll come to that note when I get to that note. All right. So that's kind of what you've come across thus far, or that's what you saw taking place. So you can see them. They're kind of in a slightly heated argument, and you kind of see them kind of pushing the guy around a little bit, and finally he shakes his head after about a minute of this happening, and he starts wheeling, or not wheeling the cart, but using the hover and, you know, kind of walking down, and he's heading down the block a certain way.
I'm going to step outside.
And the guards kind of start walking a different direction.
While this heated conversation is going on, if I can, or probably they've broken up now, I'm going to step outside and see if I can overhear anything.
Okay. Give me a perception check then, and this one's going to be average.
Is it worth it to follow Tony?
I don't know. Is it worth it to follow Tony?
I'd like to follow Tony.
Would you like to follow Tony?
I would love to follow
You would like to follow Tony. Maybe you need a cupcake.
Maybe.
I have one advantage.
Okay. All right. So you really don't hear anything. I mean, obviously you can see him as he's starting to go off, but there's enough traffic going around you and things like that you know, you really having troubles hearing it from across the street. You can just kind of see that they're just kind of making their point that he doesn't need to be there, that he's just hanging around and he shouldn't be.
I don't like bullies, man. No. Let's go beat him up.
You know what? Why not?
All right, where's everybody going? What's everybody doing then? I
I
know you said you want to go follow Tony.
We'll follow Tony. We'll
Hey,
go
you
take
wanna
care of the
go-
guys.
We don't want to take these guys. I don't know. That's a good idea.
I'm
We're on
not-
a mission, but boy, I don't like bullies.
No, yeah, I'm gonna follow Tony. You guys do what you will.
We'll go together.
I just want to see where he goes, and I actually kind of motion like, you guys don't come with me.
Oh, you don't want us to come with you?
No, I don't have enough experience to make everybody invisible yet.
We'll follow the security guards.
Yeah.
And we'll stay in touch in our conflicts.
Yeah,
And
cool. I turn on my camera as well, so you can see everything that I see.
Okay.
All right. So you're following Tony. I'm not going to make you roll for this because obviously he's just a street vendor.
I got plenty.
Okay. And he's not a force-sensitive street vendor, so
He's actually a Sith Lord.
how do you think he's making money off of cupcakes? No.
Well, we would find it out real quick.
Cupcakes.
We would know who to fight real quick.
People are exploding. They're exploding cupcakes.
His umbrella turns into a lightsaber. No. Anyway.
Oh my god.
So we're gonna go down this road. You know, AA Run starts following Tony, and Tony's headed down the street. He's probably about half a block ahead of you, and he's just basically wheeling down the side of the street, still trying to, you know, you hear him. Anybody want a cupcake? It's Tony's cupcakes. They're you know, fresh off Corellia, and you just, you know, kind of hear him trying to peddle his wares.
Yeah, pick up a cupcake while you're there.
All right.
Red Velvet, yeah?
So you two have, you've said that you wanted to follow the security guards. All right. So the security guards are kind of walking in what would be kind of a northerly direction from where you guys are at, because it was kind of right there on an intersection, and they didn't follow Tony down. It looked like they were trying to push him off out of this particular area. And they turn and continue on a path that's following a little bit north. So if you guys would like to stealthily follow them, we can do some stealth checks. If you would like to just kind of act like you're part of the crowd, I'll accept a skullduggery instead of a stealth. Or a deception instead of a stealth. I'll give you guys your choice of checks. And you
none
can
of
go
those.
with them.
I'm doing my skills somewhere else.
Guns a blazing.
Y'all want to beat up these guys?
We don't like bullies.
Stealth would kind of also be just not being noticed. So it would be kind of blending in with the crowd. Because I want to kind of blend in with the crowd, but in such a way where they don't.
I'm giving you
Do
your
you wanna
option of
look
how
like
you
a
want to do it.
criminal? He's giving, just in case you
I
didn't
don't
have
wanna
stealth,
look like
he's
a
giving you
criminal.
another way to do it.
Right. Yeah.
So the difficulty is going to be hard. These are security folks. They're supposed to be able to pay attention to what's going on in their area. So that's the reason why I'm giving you options as to what you got.
Right now. No, I don't have that much stuff at all. I have no stealth.
You can
Oh, that too, yeah.
Yes, you have 2 yellow and 1 green.
Oh, no.
You got more stealth than I do.
He is the spy.
I am the spy.
2 success,
Wow.
1 threat.
2 success and 1 threat. All right. So to narrate your portion of this, you're kind of wiggling in and out of
He's got the same role.
Okay, so we're gonna do this the same way. You guys are kind of wiggling in and out of crowds that are ongoing and going with them. So you're trying to keep pace, and occasionally you're kind of bumping into somebody here or there. And as you get close to where the guards are, just keeping just enough distance, both of you knock somebody over into, or Moringa knocks somebody over into Thui, and all of a sudden the guy's like, "Hey, what the heck, guys? I'm just be careful." The security guards kind of quickly glance around, but they're not really focusing on what's taking place
Couple
because
of kids.
it looks like to them a couple of kids.
Good.
So in that scenario, please take a threat.
Okay. So
Or
strike?
strain.
Yeah.
All right. So
That sounded just like the Admiral snack bar.
No, it's a clone.
The clones.
The clone's mine.
that's my
The clones.
aggravated voice. Not everybody can be kid.
That's right.
I'm a duck. Anyway,
So we follow them a little bit farther.
so you guys continue to follow them, and it doesn't look like anything out of the ordinary. They seem to proceed on a very standard path. Now, what you are noticing is that same set of cameras, the same type of cameras, are existing along the pathway that they're walking. And it's kind of going around this entire residential area as far as where the businesses are located in this residential area. So, what you're seeing is they're just on a standard patrol path, and you haven't seen them come across any other patrols yet.
Do they harass anybody else like they do
No.
Tony, or?
They just
No,
hate
they don't.
Oh, man, just
Not
hate
that you guys
cupcakes.
see.
Yeah, man.
And the residential areas that they're patrolling, are they all new and, or,
No.
No?
It's a mix. The only thing that is a commonality that you guys have been able to see is just the type of camera equipment. And it's because it looks almost out of place. It's new, and the rest of that is not.
Okay. So I really don't pick up too much from that, and I don't see anything, and nobody really comes and interacts with them or anything like that.
Not to the point of which you follow them. You're welcome to continue to follow them.
I'm thinking they're just security guards.
Yeah, I mean, if they're not messing with anyone else. Because I thought they were just like,
And nothing. We don't pick up anything that piques our interest. But the cameras, and they're tied into the main grid, or do they have their own wiring?
You don't know yet. All you can see is that they're tied to the buildings.
Okay, I'm gonna
And they're drawing power from the buildings.
wander close up under one, and I'm gonna investigate how high up are they? They're pretty high up.
They're probably about 10 or 15 feet, give or take, so 3 or 4 meters off the ground.
Okay, well that's not too bad. Can I tell whether they're on their own system? No, they're tied into the main system.
Well, what it looks like is you see a side-mounted camera that's just sitting onto a building, and so you can assume that the wiring is going through whatever mounting is there, and it's going into the building.
Okay.
As a very basic knowledge, because that's the only way that they would be drawing power unless they're battery-powered.
Right.
And it doesn't make sense to have a whole lot of cameras that are battery-powered.
No. Then you'd have to, unless they were solar or something like that.
And you're subterranean.
And we're subterranean. Yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting. The Coruscant, everything's underground. But we're on the 750.
Technically, Coruscant is like a gas giant. So there is no underground.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's like a water core, but all of the buildings and stuff are built above like any planet surface that there is.
Well, in that
How did it start?
it's called an necropolis.
Yeah.
But the reality
whole
is that
planet
it
is a
still
city.
was a planet.
Yes.
The
A very
only
small
place
one.
that had anything that they could touch the soil on was at Monument Park. And that was because it was the very top of the tallest peak on Coruscant. What happened is over the centuries, over the millennia, they continued to add more and more layers of city as more layers of city and government became, more prevalent.
Yeah.
And commerce became more prevalent. So that's how it just became these, 1,600 layers of just nothing but city. So done with the story, or the history there. But that's
Never.
basically what it is.
Okay.
I love it.
All right, so we're going to wipe from
Lore
you
is
guys
so fun.
because you're right there at that point where, you guys are kind of, you're focusing a little bit more on the cameras. And I don't know if Dewey's just window shopping.
Oh, keep it a lookout just in case they're like, hey, what are you doing?
So you're standing in front of him like,
With my
nothing
tall
to see here.
self.
Nothing to see here.
As I spider climb the side of the building,
Yeah, I'm going to have to flip some points on this one.
So, looking at, do I see any buildings that I think that that are, possibly not active that I could go into?
You can
Got
give me a
camera?
streetwise check and see if there's something you can recall on the route that you were walking if you find a vacant building. All right, so we're going to screen wipe while that's going on and make
what's
that
the
an average
difficulty?
check.
Average. Okay.
And then we'll come back over to you in just a little bit here. So, Aaron, you're following Mr. Tony Cupcake.
Yep. Tony Cupcake.
And I assume you're using the Force to make yourself invisible to him.
Just
How
now.
close are you following?
Medium range.
Medium range.
Yeah.
So 15 meters.
Whatever the GM's interpretation is of medium range.
15 meters ish.
Yeah.
That's the closest point of medium range to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So if you're at about that distance, you obviously really can't overhear him. Other than when he's trying to, hey, come on, you know you want some of Tony's cupcakes. He's just doing the kind of rah kind of thing as he's pushing his little hover cart around. And you notice he kind of goes down the block and then turns off of the block to one side. And he continues on this little pathway. And then after a short while later, if, nothing else is happening, he makes another right-hand turn. And he goes down for about the same distance that he did going down this one. And makes another right-hand turn and comes right back down to this corner.
Okay. So
He
he's
kind of stops again. So he's back out in front of the Admiral's snack bar. Smack bar.
He's spying on the Admiral.
That's the Fight Club next door.
Double duty.
Yeah, I want to see if I can notice anything goofy about his getup, or they're like, I don't know, wire sticking out. Does it look like he's surveilling?
If you want to do a perception check for something like
Yeah,
that, I will
because
say
he's-
it's a hard check.
Is he? That's fine.
He just wants to piss off the security guards, I think.
Just cupcakes.
I want to go buy a cupcake and go offer them to the security guards.
Right.
That is one success and one advantage left over.
All right. So I'll to give you your success, and I'll let you kind of narratively add to it from your advantage perspective. But what you've kind of noticed is that the lights, even though they flicker here and there, wherever he's at when that kind of process takes place, they don't flicker right by him. It kind of skips him.
So like it like goes. Say there's a row of 6 buildings and he's at building 4. It's like 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. It just skips his building entirely.
Right.
Interesting. Okay. So he's
Now,
got
narratively
some-
speaking, you have an advantage to kind of add to that. Is there something else that you would like to kind of go with in that space?
Yeah, I mean, I think.
And I'm looking to add to the story here, so by all means, he's not 100% fixed and fleshed out, guys. So that's why I'm trying to let
Yeah, no.
you.
So I think yeah, he's in some way involved with the energy deal going on. I think that's pretty obvious with the fact that wherever he is, there's no flicker. I think the advantage is he's like at some point in getting cupcakes out, he's left a near the bottom cabinet or whatever. There's a small wire exposed.
Okay.
In the cupcake cart.
So you seeing a small wire exposed.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's fine.
just kind of a bonus thing that I noticed.
Okay. I'm good with that.
And at that point, I'm going to kind
How
of...
close are you now to him?
I'm going to kind of move myself sort of around the corner and then come around visible to him.
Okay. So
And
you're going to be within...
I'm going to engage with him, yeah.
All right. So you get to about, 5 or 6 feet away from him. Video camera goes dead. The video feed that you have goes dead. So and I'm saying that to Maranga here, so those that are on the podcast, the video camera just all of a sudden fades out at that point.
Well, would he have been watching it? He's kind of... I'm sure this is happening while he's following the guy.
Yeah, but we don't know exactly.
I'm sure audio goes dead, everything goes
Everything
dead.
is just kind of all of your feed goes dead. There's some kind of interference that's hitting out, almost like it's being scrambled. So that's for you. Okay.
Oh.
So, hey, Aaron, you walk around the corner, and so this human, and he's a dark-haired human. He's thin as a rail, stands maybe about 6 foot tall. He looks over and goes, "Hey, welcome to Tony's. It's a Cupcake King. Come on. Let me get you a cupcake. They're only 5 credits.
Oh, 5 credits. What kind of flavors do you have?
I got pink.
Just a pink?
Just a pink of cupcakes.
It seems like a pretty low variety for somebody who is selling cupcakes for profession.
But they are the best cupcakes. They are red velvet cupcakes with the pink icing on top, and oh man, they just it's just the best thing ever.
Where are they? Did you make them yourself? Where are they from?
Of course. It's a recipe that is only known by those of us who come from Corellia. So this is the only place you're going to find Corellian cupcakes anywhere on this planet, man.
I've heard from several different vendors in the area that there's a shortage of many supplies. Are you having any issues getting a hold of your necessary components to build cupcakes?
I brought them all with me.
How long ago?
A few months.
So how much did you bring? It seems like if these are as good as you say, I want to make some kind of check here, like negotiation or some kind of something to figure out. Like,
what are you trying to fish from him?
Is he smuggling stuff on planet?
Okay, I think, in all honesty, that would be a skullduggery check.
That's,
to know whether or not that's really
I don't
happening.
have skullduggery. It must be something else.
No, I'm trying to I don't know that I'm trying to immediately pull it from him. Does that make sense? Like I'm trying to get him on my side a little bit first.
Well, then you're going to have to RP this because that's the only. Because if you're asking me for a check,
I'm just letting you know that's the direction.
to see whether he's smuggling something, it's skullduggery.
No, I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to discern it immediately. I'm just letting you know that's what I'm trying to fish in this conversation. Is what's his purpose here? Is he potentially doing this? So I've got kind of 2 angles. Is he smuggling?
I know you've got 2 angles because you always wanted better roll. I get it.
No. I'm trying to figure out 2 things. If skullduggery is where it lands there. But I'm trying to figure out 2 things. Is he a part of the power stuff? And if not, is he smuggling materials onto planet? Because cupcakes have got to be hard to make right now.
Okay.
I mean, if they're
I
stopping,
get where you're going.
If
I
they're
get where you're
stopping
going.
seafood, I'm sure that they're stopping most grains as well.
I get where you're going. So
So
we need to RP it and
Bread is the most basic of foods.
Sure, but yeah.
we need to RP it and see which way it plays out.
Absolutely, I would love to. Do you have samples of the cupcake?
No samples.
Okay,
it's
that's
just
fine. I will pay.
You'll pay. All right. So that'll be 5 credits, please. He holds out a scanner.
Yeah, I'd scan whatever credit chip.
Okay.
Blah, blah, blah.
So
I
it's
give him the calamari flans from the Mandalorian. No, I scan my Imperial credits.
no, that might work in the Admiral's snack bar.
Which never mind. We'll get into that
All right.
later.
So he hands you over a cupcake and goes, "See, you're not gonna regret it. Tony's got the best cupcakes around, and I guarantee you, when you eat it, you're gonna go around and you're gonna tell everybody else that Tony's got the best cupcakes."
I take a bite.
All right. So you take a bite, and I'm gonna tell you the cupcake is damn good.
Okay. But I don't have to make a resilience check?
You don't have to make a resilience.
I know. I want one. You should have followed him.
I would tell you what. Give me half a dozen of these. Do you have a container?
Half a dozen. All right. So he opens up his card. He said, "I told you you're gonna like them once you eat them."
Perception check.
All right. So,
I don't know what I aha'd, but I aha'd something.
feel free to make a hard perception check.
Perfect. I would like to flip one of those light side points.
Sure.
I really want this.
And I'm okay with that.
Fudge.
Wunderbar!
I got 2 advantages at the end of it.
All right. So you're feeling really good, but he's looking at you as you're like almost
Looking
falling
at-
over, looking inside there, and it's like, I told you, I only got the pink ones. So he pulls out a container, and when you look down in there, all you see is, these pink iced cupcakes.
Do I see where the wire that I saw before might lead?
No,
I don't see any wires?
You don't see any wires.
Perfect. That's my advantage playing out. Right.
Okay.
I got 2 advantages, so like I don't spot what I'm looking for, but I don't spot anything.
So anyway,
And that's a tell.
he pulls out half a dozen of these cupcakes, and he says, "All right, but you got to pay up, man." And he holds up the scanner again.
Is it a discount for more than one?
No, you didn't
30
get
credits? Okay, that's
It's
fine.
30 credits. So
That's fine. What if I advertise it for you around the block?
Because everybody around here knows Tony Cupcake. Why do you think I keep coming back to this spot?
What if I tell other people further away to come here?
Well, I don't want to walk further away.
No. I want them to walk further away to come to you. If you have the best cupcakes here on Coruscant, then it should be no problem.
But the problem is I can only bake so many in a day.
Oh, so you don't want more customers?
No, not necessarily, because I sell out every day.
Every day?
Every day. I told you, Tony's got the best cupcakes.
Interesting.
And these little yellow jars. No.
Let me simply check my accounts to make sure that everything is under control the way it should be, and I try to open my data pad.
That sounds like metagaming. But all
I already know that my ears are not working. I want to have a reason to bring that up to Tony.
Okay. So you go and you pull up your data pad, and your data pad itself is firing up just
It's
fine.
working. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Is it connecting to Holonet?
No.
I can't seem to access my information. You know what? 30 credits is fine.
So he takes and he scans it, and he goes, okay. So I'll be back here every single day, because guess what? This is where I sell the most cupcakes. Those damn security guards don't know a thing about it. They don't know a good cupcake.
Have they ever tried these? These are really great.
They blah, blah, blah. They're on shift. They don't want to have anything to do with it. They just keep running me off at the corner.
So I'm finishing up the rest of that first cupcake, and I say, so is cupcakes all you've ever done?
Pretty much. I mean, my mom gave me the secret on how to make the cupcakes, and I make the cupcakes, and they sell every day. I get enough credits to eat. I'm good to go. I have my own ship, and I'm good.
You've come to do you travel often from Corellia to Coruscant?
No, not really. I came here on a whim, but you know what? This damn blockade can't let me off planet.
I see. So you're stuck.
So I gotta make the cupcakes.
How long have you been here again?
Yeah,
A
about
couple
4
months.
months.
You said 4 months, and you brought enough supplies in order to make cupcakes every day for 4 months, enough to where you sell out.
Aha! Yes, I have.
How big is
You've
your
seen a cargo ship before, right? A little freighter. They're gonna have enough space for cupcake stuff. Got a big kitchen in there. It's where I live. It's good to go.
You live in the cargo ship.
Of course. Do you think I'm gonna pay for this when I have to pay for a dock?
This is fair. What? I can't believe these Imperials make you pay for a dock when they won't let you leave.
It's the Imperials.
Yes. Well, what are you gonna do? You get to live by the law.
And I don't think it's really the Imperials as much as it is the guy that owns the damn dock.
I thought the Imperials own the dock here.
No. You got different docks on different levels. Depends on what kind of corrupt person you want to pay.
And what kind of corrupt person do you pay?
Well, the guy that owns the shop or the landing facility.
Who is that? That's what I'm trying to dig for you.
Well, all right. Look, you got your cupcakes. I don't think you need anything more. You just you're cramping my style. Now I gotta go sell more cupcakes. So you want more cupcakes?
I haven't seen anybody else come up, and I already bought.
Well, you've been talking to me. I haven't been able to scream, "Hey, it's Tony's cupcakes!" as he does real loud across.
All right, so I will kind of back off and go around the corner, and
And as you're starting to go back around the corner, you see those same two security guards, and you hear
Damn it, he's back again.
Do they come near me?
Yeah, they do.
So excuse me. Do you mind for one quick moment? I'm curious.
We got a job here to do. What's up? What do you need?
His cupcakes are delicious. Why do you keep... I saw you walk him away earlier, and he came back, of course.
We get paid to provide security. He's a security problem. We're getting him out of here. Point
Why
blank.
is he a security problem?
Thank you, citizen. And they turn him off.
What kind of problem does he provide?
And you just hear him come around. Hey, it's you two again. We keep telling you, if you don't get out of here, we're going to go ahead and call the Coruscant police. Now get off this block. And then all of a sudden they just like, if you don't, tell you what. Our employer has already authorized us to completely destroy your cart. Get you out of here. So, you can either go willingly, or we can get you out of here. Which way do you want it to go? Okay, I'm a-leaving. And he turns around and walks off. Starts pushing his cart down the street again.
Poor Tony.
I'm
Can't live a life.
tempted.
No.
I'm tempted to influence poor Tony
Do whatever you want
to
to do.
convince him to stick around.
Oh, God. I want to see what's in there.
I want to see what's in the cart.
I want to screw over Tony. No.
No, but his cupcakes are good. I'll leave them alone for now. But I am keeping that in my back pocket.
Okay, so when he moves away from Tony, does the communication do the comms
Within
come back
a
up?
matter of probably a few more feet of stepping away around that corner. Right back on.
Okay. When he moves, I'm going to move back to the corner.
You move back to the corner and there's nothing there but the security guards
Ears
slowly
work
following
still?
him
Everything
down.
works still?
Yep.
So it is Tony's cart for sure.
Interesting.
So I do. I mean, where are you guys at?
Hey, Aaron. We lost you for a minute.
You also lost the security guards. I just saw them again.
Yeah, well, they weren't doing nothing.
Another way to say.
They were harassing Tony.
Again?
Yeah.
Hey, a bunch of cupcakes.
Awesome, man! Awesome! Yeah, I
They're
want to
quite
try
delicious.
those
Tony
cupcakes.
has great cupcakes. Hopefully
Does
they
he?
don't have anything laced.
Wonder if he'd give the recipe.
Probably. He said it's his mom's? I don't know.
I got a mom too.
I wouldn't give you anything of my mom's.
My mom could use it. We could branch out from seafood. I may talk to him.
Not totally on cupcakes.
If
After
they're
I heard
good.
Slim's Jims,
Slime gems.
slimy Jims, I don't think I would offer you
man.
anything.
Oh man,
Wait,
beluga
where-
eggs.
What are you?
We're right down the street. I was checking out the cameras.
I'll come and meet you.
Sounds good.
So I do that.
Bring the cupcakes.
Come on.
If they make it that far.
All right. So, you guys kind of meet back up. Well, actually, we need to resolve where you were at with
I had
yours.
2 advantages. That was
Okay.
it.
So, what you were trying to do by seeing if you could get, find a building or whatnot that's abandoned, you can't recall anything off the top of your head. You were a little too focused on what you were seeing with the security guards. I will, however, say that at one point in time with your 2 advantages that you did overhear something and you couldn't really make it out about them having to work later on in a different shift in a different area. Then there's a no-fly zone that's over there. You're just making out bits and pieces of conversation that was taking place at that point.
Okay.
So, and that's a different set of security guards that came from a different direction.
Okay.
So maybe I need to be a little clear on that. So where you guys were at, and you're sitting there trying to examine, and Thui's kind of blocking the view. A different set of security guards comes from almost a perpendicular pathway, and as they're passing by, it's, yeah, we gotta go check out this damn no-fly zone. Some speeder swoop just keeps flying in and out of the edge of it. Doesn't want to, just it almost seems like a hassle to them.
And I glanced down. Do I have any idea where that would be or where they're heading?
You
Probably
don't. You
not.
just know. You recognize the cross street, and it's just kind of they're going just a different direction from where you're at. So what you can kind of glean from this is that it's the same security company, but there's just a few different patrol paths now that you're seeing are starting to intersect. in
But
this
they
zone.
do cross each other.
Yes.
Okay.
Now we're going to screen wipe back to you guys coming back together at this
Okay.
point.
These cupcakes are delicious.
Tony's card. I'm sure you noticed we lost communication momentarily.
Come on, what was up with that?
Something about his cart. When I was in his vicinity within about 3 or 4 meters or so, I lost all access to anything, any kind of signal going out or coming in. Couldn't get the ears. I couldn't even pull up the Holonet on my datapad.
Why
It's kind of
would
lost
you jam?
everything. I don't know why he would have a jammer.
Did you see
That
anything
makes no
inside the
sense.
cart?
Nothing inside the cart, but I did see a wire hanging out.
That you created.
That's beside the point. This is the point of the narrative dice. I know we don't do it very often, but that's the point of the narrative.
I shot it, and then there was these wires hanging out of a hover cart. I don't know what was. Of it, yeah.
No, Cupcake Man's and a jammer's expensive and heavy.
He also claims that he brought enough materials to make cupcakes to sell out every day for 4 months.
How many cupcakes do you think he had?
I mean, he had a full cart, and he said he sells out every day.
So,
Wow.
say 50 cupcakes, 100 cupcakes?
I would say around 100, probably. Could I make a roll to guess?
I'm not going to make you roll the guess.
I don't know.
Okay, let's see. It's 100 cupcakes,
So-
and probably it takes 1 cup of flour per cupcake.
There's a good because of the cart.
How big are the cupcakes?
Because of the cart and what you were able to see down in there,
Uh-huh.
I would say that you could say that each shelf, and you couldn't see more than one shelf, but each shelf that would be capable of being in there would probably hold about 3 dozen.
Okay, and how many
So
shelves do you
36.
think I saw?
You only saw the top shelf. Now,
But how deep was it? Like, guesstimating 4 or 5 shelves?
maybe 3.
This is what we were talking
Maybe
about
3
earlier.
shelves.
What kind of wheels are we talking about?
So that's around 100 cupcakes. So, and at 35 credits? So that
5
means
credits apiece.
So that's 500 credits. That's 500 credits profit every
A
day,
day.
man. That's not bad.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, man.
Especially
For
with the
cupcakes.
blockade.
We gotta get his recipe.
Listen, you're fixated on the wrong thing.
No, that's the right thing, man. We can't get. We have to have. My parents need something else. Cupcakes could be the key.
To everything.
I'm leaving the rebellion. I'm gonna become a cupcake salesman. Maybe he'll take me on as an apprentice.
This is the true meaning of the story.
No wonder the resistance
All right.
failed.
Too busy on the damn cupcakes.
We need to get the emperor hooked on
Saying all this
cupcakes.
stupid.
Oh, look! A shiny story! A cupcake!
We don't know the shiny story.
Hey, so far the best lead you gave us was around the cupcakes. So.
This is true.
Maybe.
We must visit the cupcakes again.
All right. So,
Do
with
you feel-
that
do
said,
we feel
guys,
funny after
we have
cupcakes?
decided that we are going to explore Tony's world of cupcakes a little further.
And
So-
Admiral
and
Snack
prize.
Bar.
So
If we put
stick
the two
around.
together.
Stick around for this food-centric game, because that's apparently what we're playing now.
Cooking with gas now.
Age of the Bouillon.
And we will see. Yeah, the only thing that's missing is Senior Frogs here, right?
Hops.
Hops, spicy fried
everything.
foods.
Yeah, I can make it happen anytime you want to.
So with that, we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break, guys. Now that we're fixated on Tony, and we'll be right back. So stick around with us, guys. And for those that are not on the stream, keep on adventuring.
See you later.
Adios.